Happy Wednesday, school family. I am reaching out to you today to share some specifics before your Friday virtual training that I hope will be of help to you. Before we go ahead and start, I say we because Kelsey's sitting here with me. Before I go ahead and start sharing these details, I wanted to just thank you for working together in order to make great things happen from this experience. I truly believe that we will all learn how to be virtual teachers, successful virtual teachers, which will only help leverage blended learning at our school in order to meet the needs of all our students. So there is a sheet that Kelsey created for you that gives all the specifics, I should say, that I think you're going to want to know. So as you are watching this video, I would suggest that you have those notes out and take additional notes that you want to make note of. That will just help you be more successful and feel more comfortable with what's to come. All right, so reminders at the top. Friday, March 27th, we have virtual training. The time and date of that is the 27th, but the time has not yet been shared with me. As soon as I have that information, I will send it out to you. It's going to be a quick overview, and then the modules will be released to you after that. So there'll be 6 modules that you'll have to work through that have deliverables in them, but those will be worked at your own pace just before, you just need to complete them before the instruction starts on Tuesday with the kids. Monday, March 30th is your virtual planning day, and our ESC teachers will be participating in a Zoom call, and they'll be sharing some more specifics with you about how to best service the ESC students virtually. Then Tuesday, March 31st, Quail Hollow Virtual School begins. And then on Thursday, April 2nd, we went ahead and put that in there that at 9 a.m. Don't forget that 2:45 report cards are due, so you'll want to make note of that as well. Today, admin overview occurred at 10:30. As I just mentioned, you have teacher training on Friday, and the training is going to help you feel more confident with using Canvas, but also give you tips on how to be a successful virtual teacher. As noted here on this sheet, the campus is very limited, so we don't want you to be coming on campus. And as of right now, we're really waiting to hear from district as who's to come to campus on a day-to-day basis between now and April 15th. All right, Ali's calling me on the radio, so let's get Kelsey to tell her I'm taping this right now. All right, the learning plan. So let's go ahead and look at the learning plan. This is a time when we are following the curriculum the district has given us. So they realize that sometimes schools will not choose to use all the materials that the district is expecting us to do. However, they are expecting us to use what has been created for us. So the modules have been purchased. The curriculum is already made for us. Our role is monitoring the learning and helping instruct the standards that are within those modules to the students, so assisting the kids with understanding what is put in front of them. Week 1 of distance learning, we have reading, math, science, and social studies, and that's going to be prioritized. And then the special area instruction won't happen until week 2. Each teacher will be enrolled in a grade level course, so you won't have your Canvas course will be the entire first grade, the entire second grade. So you'll be in a course with all the children, not just your own students. The content's going to be rolled out on a weekly basis, so there are pacing guides that are made. The district went ahead and made pacing guides all the way up until the end of the quarter, just in case this should happen to go past April 15th. The course includes adaptive tools like read alouds, what children need in order to support their learning, so it has that in it. Social study standards will be taught in its own course, so there's a course just for social studies. Reading is through the virtual Florida Virtual School, so we went ahead and Pasco County purchased from Florida Virtual these modules. And our own Kelsey Karkash helped select which modules for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade that we would be doing. Please know that they considered the knowledge building, standards, and engagement when selecting that Florida virtual content, I guess I should say. And what is expected that there's 2 lessons per week and 30 minutes of independent reading a day.
And the text is built right into those courses, so
And
they don't have to click
the
outside.
text is built right into the courses, so they don't have to go outside of that. And please know that one of the things that we realize, or we know that research has told us, that content knowledge building is really important. And we know that we've been trained to look at the text and think about the qualitative features of the text and then come up with questions and our tasks based upon that. Whereas you might notice these modules are a little bit standards heavy. So you know how we usually try to stay a balance between the content knowledge and the standards. From what Kelsey has previewed, she says it's rather standards heavy. So it might just feel a little bit of what we have told you not to do in the classroom. That it's just going to have a lot of focus on standards. So we'll have to see when we're in it. Math is using Eureka, so it's going to be the concept development. The kids are going to engage in the problem set, and they're going to use Zern for the fluency. So, and that's going to be on the student dashboard in My Pasco Connect. Each teacher will have a Zoom account from the district, and that's for when you're wanting to meet in small group or for that one-on-one instruction. So at any time, you can invite children to participate in small group or one-on-one with you if you're feeling that they need that instruction. You also can use Zoom to set up times for classroom meetings. We want to continue to build that social emotional side. So if you would like at a certain time of day to have a classroom meeting, and then you invite your class to come and join you in, and you go through like the Brain Smart Start or do some social skill lesson that you would like to happen, that can occur. Just so that you're aware you are allowed to do those types of things. All right, let's go over the staff expectations. The staff expectations is that you still work, instructional staff works 7.5 hours per day. Now this, and you have to use the time clock in order to like sign in and sign out. This is key though. Because we didn't want to say that instruction just happens at these specific times, like instead of them saying at 9 a.m., everybody has to get on and do their reading lesson, we want it to be more flexible. And that's to help the families as well as to help our staff at Pasco County who may have their own children at home that have to be working on virtual learning. So the hours that we need to ensure that instructional staff are available is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So what that means is you will be working with your team over the 5 days of the week, Monday through Friday, to determine who's going to work when so that the schedule's covered at all times. So there has to be one staff member that's going to always be available to answer questions that might come up for students. And so I've talked through this with your team leads. There's going to be a scheduling document that each week you'll submit through your team lead. We'll talk with you, and then your team leader will submit it. So we know who's covering which day and time. If you have any more questions about that, ask your team leader, because I already had a school-based leadership team with them. Your hours don't have to be consecutive. So let's say that Jenny Franklin's going to take the 8 to 10:30 shift, and then she's going to come in one of the days of the week and finish it out. From whatever the hours would be up until 8 o'clock at night. So it truly is up to you all to work out those 7.5 hours a day. Teachers will have access to all the kids in the grade level, which I just said. Zoom, Google Voice is open for parents who have questions. Andrea's going to make some how-to sheets for you. We're going to encourage students to log into their course every weekday. We know that our SLP will have the ability to Zoom meetings at various times throughout the day for her instruction, but again, more on that's going to come from Julie. And the support facilitators also are going to be tied to the Canvas courses, and they'll be getting with you again on how their support's going to be. We do want to let you know that we want to continue with some of our very important meetings that we have as a school family, and you're going to be getting invites through your calendar on those. So we would expect for you to attend them. So PLC meetings are going to still happen once a week, and those are going to be at your regular scheduled time. If you are a PLC that meets twice a week, though, you only will meet once a week. And if you all find out that those times don't work for you, then we can be flexible. But as far as starting next week, we will meet at your regular time, and you're going to begin to see emails from me, calendar invites, I should say, about those. We are going to have a staff meeting, and then if this continues past the 15th, I'm going to have a staff meeting every 2 weeks. We're going to continue to have our CDAT meetings. We thought that was important. We're going to continue to have our social climate meeting, so you'll see, if you're a part of Social Climate, an invite coming from Jennifer Dodge to attend that. We are not going to have a TBIT meeting at this time. We're going to rely on our school intervention team in order to help us with those kids that were struggling the most, and they'll also help us with those children who are just not engaging in the work. This is required. These minutes are being documented with the state of Florida. So this is not optional. This is school for children, and it's required. So we'll need to stay on top of children who are not participating, and we will all help you, those of us in supportive roles, to get hold of those families to find out how we can assist them in participating in this virtual learning. IEP meetings will still take place. It's just going to be through Zoom or phone calls, depending upon what the parent can have access with. And I also wanted to let you know that Quail Hollow is a feeding site. The details about that haven't been shared with me, but they have expanded that, and our school is now a feeding site for families, which is definitely positive for our families. And then also for ESOL students, if you're having difficulty because of the parents not speaking English, please know that the district pays for an interpreter service, and Andrea is going to go ahead and email out that number so that if you need to set up that service, you go ahead and do so in order to communicate to those families. I am again looking forward to this journey with you. I know, just as always in the past, that we pull together even more so in difficult times. And I know this is a place where there's lots of uncertainty, and I just would appreciate your positivity. If you have any questions or concerns, please bring those to the team lead or to myself. I would appreciate you not airing any of those negative marks or outside of our school, as I do believe there's going to be bumps and challenges along the way, and I just would want you to know that we, as support staff, are here for you. So I'm going to go ahead and end with 2 deep breaths and so that we can do this. And so let's take a deep breath in for ourselves and let it out. Take another deep breath in. And let it out. All right. Keep Quail strong.